Gentlemen, I am going to start a training session during which I will discuss 1000 PMP questions and answers. These questions and answers have been developed and used by my PMP students. Their feedback is that these questions help them to pass the PMP exam easily in the highest possible grades. I will explain the questions, including the underlying points in the questions, which will help you to easily select the correct option from the answers. I will discuss the options from which the correct answer has to be selected. I will explain a particular option, why it is correct, and other options are not to be selected. I can assure you that these training sessions will help you to pass the PMP exam. Now I will read question number 1. An agile project is running activities to define the minimum viable product. During this session, the project manager identifies some mandatory regulations, but there is no consensus to include these regulations in the minimum viable product because it may extend the duration of the project. What should the project manager do? Now, gentlemen, the underlying point in this question is that the requirements are mandatory. They have to be implemented. Whether there is consensus or no consensus, the project manager has no option but to include these regulations in the project. So, the correct option is B, which says get commitment from the team to include all of the required regulations. Since there is no other options, these are mandatory, so the correct option is B. The team should include these regulations in their project. Other options may be partially correct. A is not very correct because it says they train the team on the new regulation. Training is not required. The project managers are already trained. The team is trained and they are expected to follow the regulations whenever they are required by the government. C is ask the sponsor for more time. Gentlemen, whenever there is an option to approach the sponsor for something, for funds or time or something or guidance, most probably 95% of the time or the chance it is not correct. You are the project manager. You have to decide yourself. The sponsor has engaged you as the project manager. You are a very senior person. You have to decide yourself. And whenever there is option to approach the sponsor, most probably it will not be correct. Finally, it says share with participants the need to focus only on project functionality. No, it is a mandatory requirement which has to be implemented. So D is not correct. So under these circumstances, since it is a regulatory requirement, correct option is B, which shows that the team has to include these requirements in their project. I hope you understand the justification which is correct for this option.